comedian Andy Richter nearly made it to the conclusion of season 34 of Dancing with the Stars thanks to home vote support from fans. Unfortunately, he was ousted in 7th place during the show's 20th birthday party, marking the end of his trip. Olympic gymnast Jordan Chiles, social media sensation Alix Earle, reality star Dylan Efron, actress Elaine Hendrix, nature advocate Robert Irwin, and Whitney Leavitt of The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives are the last 6 semifinalists vying for the Len Goodman Mirror Ball Trophy. Which of them made it through Prince Night to the DWTS finals next week? Luam Keflasegi choreographs an opening performance to Let's Go Crazy to start the evening. The celebrities will perform twice after that. The celebrities will perform their first dances in a brand new way. However, they will then have an opportunity to make amends by performing routines in a manner they have previously performed to demonstrate how much they have progressed during the season. The tango, cha-cha, jive, paso doble, and a few Viennese waltzes will all be performed. Prince hits including Purple Rain, 1999, Kiss, When Doves Cry, and You Got the Look are among the songs receiving the DWTS treatment. Judges Carrie Ann Inaba, Derek, and each dance will be scored by Bruno Tonioli and Huff. To decide who moves on to the season finale and who, if anybody, gets removed down the home stretch, those scores will be blended with viewer votes. Make sure to support your favorites because, as Richter's shown this season, fan interaction is just as crucial as the caliber of footwork and technique. Round 1 is The Look. Elaine Hendrix and professional Alan Burston performance, Hendrix gave a sophisticated but funky foxtrot to I Wanna Be Your Lover on a night of Prince tunes performed chronologically throughout his career. Carrie Ann says, "You deserve this spot so much." She was described as sophisticated, smooth, strong. She should, however, push to the edge a bit further. Derek said it was a beautiful, incredible foxtrot. However, he wishes to witness more fight during the second dance of the evening. Bruno said, "Radiant as ever and flirty. Dancing is character-driven, and she is skilled at marketing it." However, he concurs with the other judges that she should exert more effort. Scores: Bruno, 9, Derek, 9, and Carrie Ann, 9, equals 27 out of 30. Pro Val Chmerkovskiy and Alix Earle performance. In an effort to match the best Argentine tangos we've seen so far this season, she put up with agony while training. She danced to Little Red Corvette, Prince's first U.S. top 10 smash. "You have grown the most, steadily, in all aspects of performance," says Carrie Ann. She appeared to be gripping onto rather than fully controlling the fantastic dance. Derek's remarks, "I wasn't fond of it, I adored it." She has potential to go all the way, in his opinion, and she has beautiful lines. She was a red goddess, according to Bruno, with amazing shapes and lines and bodywork. A few of the maneuvers might have been a little bit more precise. Scores: Bruno, 9, Derek, 10, and Carrie Ann, 9, equals 28 out of 30. Whitney Leavitt and professional Mark Ballas. Performance. She tried to get over her stiffness in order to do a loose but controlled cha-cha to Prince's first top 10 album, 1999. Carrie Ann's remarks, although it was a wonderful cha-cha, she noticed that Leavitt was focusing on her movements rather than making them appear natural. Comments from Derek, that was literal perfection. For a semifinal, cha-cha is a difficult dance, but it got better and better and better. The precision, the technique, the performance. According to Bruno, it was a saucy stunner of a cha-cha. It has everything you want from a cha-cha. It was executed stunningly and had a high degree of difficulty. Scores: Bruno, 10, Derek, 10, and Carrie Ann, 9, equals 29 out of 30. Pro Daniela Karagach and Dylan Efron performance. During his tango to the famous Purple Rain song, I Would Die For You, Efron put a lot of work into keeping his ass under control. There was a little bit of a mess up with the footwork, Carrie Ann said, and they didn't seem to be enjoying the music. Derek remarked that he had a strong frame. It's been amazing to witness your progress, but he noticed that several heel leads were in inappropriate places. Bruno remarks, your bum was beautifully under control. The tone was intense, but not in an arrogant way. Scores: Bruno, 9, Derek, 9, and Carrie-Anne, 9, equals 27 out of 30. Pro Ezra Sosa and Jordan Chiles performance. To the tune of Raspberry Beret, they gave a vibrant jive. Carrie-Anne said this was the best performance so far tonight, although she pointed out a mistake in the routine. Derek said it contains the pure Prince funky fun. Bruno remarks it was so fast though that she lost a bit of her timing. Scores: Bruno, 9, Derek, 9, and Carrie-Anne, 9, equals 27 out of 30. Pro Whitney Carson and Robert Irwin performance. They did a jive to Baby I'm a Star a week after winning a jive dance relay. Whitney Carson made it more difficult to demonstrate his growth. Carrie-Anne's remarks, that is how you tell everyone you demand to be in the finale. The experience was amazing, amazing, amazing. Derek's remarks, you use your entire body when dancing. That jive had everything. Bruno said only a superstar jive would do. That is what you did. It was so energized, but it was in control. Has never put a foot wrong. Scores: Bruno, 10, Derek, 10, and Carrie-Anne, 10, equals 30 out of 30. Pro Alan Burston and Elaine Hendrix performance. Her bold paso doble to When Doves Cry put her in fight mode for a chance in the finals. Carrie-Anne's remarks, gets up from the table and gives Hendrix a hug. That was incredible. You left everything on the ground. Remarks from Derek, you came with that fight. It's exactly what we were talking about. She filled the room with energy. Bruno remarks it was a regal paso doble, and the choreography was a true paso doble. Scores: Bruno, 10, Derek, 10, and Carrie-Anne, 10, equals 30 out of 30. Pro Val Chmerkovskiy and Alix Earle performance. During her Viennese waltz to Purple Rain, she was keen to show off her emotions. In the most difficult season ever, Carrie-Anne says a performance like this is going to go down in history. It was a passionate, beautiful performance. I have no doubt that we're going to see you in the finals, is what Derek said after that stunning waltz. Bruno said it was the perfect combination of motion and emotion. She felt the music and performed a fabulous dance. Scores: Bruno, 10, Derek, 10, and Carrie-Anne, 10, equals 30 out of 30. Pro Daniela Karagach and Dylan Efron performance. Karagach choreographed a vivid red cha-cha to the song Kiss. Sometimes your arms got a little small, Carrie-Anne said, but other than that, he performed admirably. Comments from Derek, the right Cuban movement. It was very amazing. There was a minor mess-up, but the work was good. Bruno said, you're sexy beast. The technique and the difference in the hip action were incredible. Scores: Bruno, 10, Derek, 9, and Carrie-Anne, 9, equals 28 out of 30. Whitney Leavitt and professional Mark Ballas performance. Set to Slow Love, Ballas infused the beautiful Viennese waltz with Prince Funk. Comments from Carrie-Anne, my absolute favorite of Leavitt's performances. Outstanding, even though there was a little hop. Derek remarks, you deliver, and expresses pride in her journey. She is immensely talented, according to Bruno, and her moves were impeccable. Scores: Bruno, 10, Derek, 10, and Carrie-Anne, 9, equals 29 out of 30. Pro Ezra Sosa and Jordan Chiles performance. She was bringing Olympic-level energy to You Got the Look with her Argentine tango. Carrie-Anne says, you're unique in your class, and that was the bomb. Derek's remarks, it was an excellent performance. I loved the lines and the sleek, fluid movements. Bruno said, beautiful, powerful, focused. In a way, she was leading Ezra. It was fabulous. Scores: Bruno, 10, Derek, 10, and Carrie-Anne, 10, equals 30 out of 30. Pro Whitney Carson and Robert Irwin performance. Despite how weird it is to be passionate and intimate with his partner, he gave his all in his Viennese dance to Wow. Carrie-Anne's remarks, you always deliver such fun, strong performances. He drew us in differently this time. Derek said that was a ferocious Viennese waltz, but his frame could have been improved. Bruno said, he's like Tom Cruise, one blockbuster after another. Judges leaderboard, Bruno, 10, Derek, 9, and Carrie Ann, 10, equals 29 out of 30. 1. Robert Irwin, 30 plus 29 equals 59. 2. Alix Earle, 28 plus 30 equals 58. 2. Whitney Leavitt, 29 plus 29 equals 58. 4. Jordan Chiles, 27 plus 30 equals 57. 5. Elaine Hendrix, 27 plus 30 equals 57. 6. Dylan Efron, 27 plus 28 equals 55. Outcomes. Finalists: Robert Irwin, Dylan Efron, Elaine Hendrix, and Alix Earle. Jordan Chiles and Whitney Leavitt on Jeopardy!